Most men think a watch is about telling time. It's not. It's about telling everyone in the room who you are without saying a word. And most men are saying all the wrong things. Here's what actually works. I've sat across from CEOs wearing six-figure Pateks who couldn't stop staring at a $500 watch on my wrist. Not because it was expensive, because it was intentional. Here's the truth. Wall Street won't tell you wealthy men don't wear watches to flex. They wear them to signal. And most people can't read the signals. The billionaires I've observed, they respect restraint more than retail price. They notice craftsmanship, design integrity, historical weight, the kind of details that don't show up on a price tag but scream in a room full of people who actually matter. There's a reason old money doesn't wear flashy bezels. There's a reason quiet wealth gravitates towards slim profiles and clean dials. It's not about the number on the receipt. It's about the signal on your wrist. You don't need $20,000. You need positioning. And these 10 watches, they rewrite the game entirely. You won't hear this breakdown on most style channels. Because most channels are selling you trends. This one's giving you leverage. Number 1. Orient Bambino. This watch whispers old money. Domed crystal. Clean dial. Proportions that belonged in 1960s Milan. The kind of piece a retired diplomat would wear to a private dinner and never once mention. It works in boardrooms because it signals refinement without desperation. There's no bezel screaming for attention. No oversized case trying to compensate. Just quiet, deliberate design. No one's checking if it's a Patek. They're noticing you don't need validation. Here's what most men miss. Wearing something this understated at a networking event? You become the man people want to approach, not the one they avoid. And here's the silent advantage. When someone does notice it and they ask what you're wearing, you've already won the interaction. You created intrigue. Without spending a dime on marketing yourself, that's positioning at under $200. Number 2. Seiko Presage Cocktail Time. Japanese precision meets Art Deco elegance. This isn't a watch. It's a conversation starter for men who don't need to start conversations. The sunburst dial catches light like a $15,000 Vacheron. The case finishing rivals Swiss brands that cost 10 times more. And the movement inside? Seiko's in-house caliber. The same family of movements respected by watchmakers worldwide. Where it dominates. Client dinners, gallery openings, anywhere perception equals power. Most men wear Rolexes to these events. Smart men wear pieces that make people ask questions. There's a psychological principle at work here. When something looks expensive but isn't immediately recognizable, it triggers curiosity. Curiosity creates engagement. Engagement builds connection. You're not wearing a logo, you're wearing a magnet. Price isn't the signal, choice is. Number 3. Hamilton Khaki Field. Military heritage. American legacy. Zero pretension. This is the watch Special Forces wore that CEOs now wear on weekends. That filmmakers put on leading men because it projects something money alone can't buy? Earned credibility. It doesn't scream wealth. It projects competence. In casual settings, this outperforms a Nautilus. Why? Because confidence doesn't need a crown logo, it needs substance. And the khaki field has been proving that since World War II. Unexpected insight, pair this with a tailored blazer and you'll look more grounded than the guy wearing a Richard Mille. You'll look like you've done things, built things, not like you're advertising a bank account. There's a reason this watch keeps appearing on the wrists of men who build empires instead of just funding them. It's not a fashion piece, it's an identity marker. Number 4. Tissot Gentleman. Powermatic 80. The name alone does the work. But here's the weapon. 80-hour power reserve. Swiss movement. Proportions so balanced it photographs like a Jaeger LeCoultre. The integrated bracelet gives it a sporty luxury silhouette that punches so far above its weight class, it's almost unfair. This is your executive weapon. It works in corner offices because it doesn't announce itself. It rewards the second glance. The dial texture, the applied indices, the way the bracelet tapers. These are details that cost 5 figures in other brands. Tissot gave them to you for under $1,000. Men who know. Men who don't. They're not your audience anyway. And that's the entire point. You're not dressing for the masses. You're dressing for the room within the room, the inner circle, the people whose opinions actually move your life forward. This watch gets you into that room. Number 5. Longines Master Collection. Now we're entering dangerous territory. Longines is the brand vintage Rolex collectors respect, but most men ignore. Founded in 1832, that's almost 2 centuries of unbroken Swiss watchmaking. Before Rolex existed, before Omega became a household name, this watch has moon faces, exhibition casebacks, heritage that predates most luxury houses by generations. What it signals: you did the research. You're not following trends. You're setting standards. You walked past the display case full of marketing and found the case full of mastery. Where it destroys. Anywhere you need instant credibility without saying a word. Board meetings, private equity gatherings, alumni events where everyone's silently measuring each other. Most men misunderstand this completely. They think brand recognition equals brand respect. It doesn't. Brand knowledge equals respect. And the Longines Master Collection is proof that the man who knows more often spends less and commands more. Now here's the mistake most men make with watches. They think the goal is recognition. I want people to know I'm wearing something expensive. Wrong game. Completely wrong game. The elite don't want recognition. They want resonance. They want the right people to notice, and the wrong people to walk past. Think about it. If everyone in the room can identify your watch, you're wearing a billboard. You're advertising. And advertising is what insecure brands do, not powerful men. The real flex? When only the 3 people in the room who matter recognize what's on your wrist. And those 3 people are the ones who decide whether you get the deal, the invitation, or the second meeting. That's the real power move. And it changes everything about how you choose what goes on your wrist. Let's continue. Number 6. Oris Big Crown. Pointer date, Swiss independence. Mechanical sole, 0 battery. This watch has been on pilots' wrists for decades. Real pilots. The kind who don't post their boarding passes on Instagram. What makes it lethal? The bronze bezel option. It ages, it patinas. It becomes yours. A Rolex looks the same on everyone. Fresh, polished, identical. This tells a story only you can write. Every scratch, every shade of oxidation. It's a record of where you've been and what you've done. In startup pitch rooms, you're the founder who thinks different. In traditional finance, you're the maverick who still delivers. There's also something deeply strategic about wearing a watch that changes over time. It communicates patience, long-term thinking, the kind of man who builds things that last instead of chasing things that shine. Investors notice that. Partners notice that. Women absolutely notice that. Number 7. Mido Baroncelli. Heritage. If Omega and Jaeger had a disciplined son, this would be it. Guilloche dial. Slim profile. Movement visible through the caseback. The kind of finishing that makes Swiss purists nod slowly. Here's why it works. Most men are wearing 42mm tank watches. Oversized. Over-present. Trying too hard. You walk in with a 39mm dress piece? You just separated yourself from 90% of the room. Elegance isn't size, it's proportion. And proportion is one of the most underrated signals in male style. It tells people your eye is trained, that you pay attention to details that others miss, that you're not grabbing the loudest option on the shelf, you're selecting the most precise one. That's the difference between consumption and curation. One makes you a customer, the other makes you a connoisseur. The Baroncelli heritage makes that distinction effortless. Number 8. Baltic Aquascaphe. This is where micro brands earned their respect. Vintage dive aesthetic, Swiss movement, design references that cost $30,000 on the secondary market, the bezel, the loomed indices, the case proportions. All of it echoes the golden age of dive watches, but with modern execution. This watch makes collectors pause. Not because it's rare, because it's smart. What it signals, you're not impressed by logos, you're impressed by execution. You care about the how, not just the who. And in high-level circles, that distinction separates the consumers from the connoisseurs. Elite move. Wear this to a watch collector event, and you'll have better conversations than the guy wearing a Submariner. Why? Because the Submariner ends the conversation. Everyone knows what it is. There's nothing to discover. The Baltic? It starts a conversation. It invites curiosity. And curiosity in social dynamics is the most valuable currency you can generate. You won't hear this in most style channels, because most channels are ranking specs. This one's ranking strategy. Number 9. Junghans Max Bill. Bauhaus perfection. No complications, no decoration. Just pure, uncompromising design. A dial so clean it looks like it was drawn by a mathematician who moonlights as a philosopher. This is what architects wear, what designers respect, what minimalists weaponize. In creative industries, this watch holds more weight than a royal oak. Why? Because it shows you understand what luxury actually is. Not excess, restraint. The Max Bill has been in production since 1961. The design hasn't changed because it didn't need to. While other brands chase trends, resize cases, and release limited editions every quarter, Junghans held the line. That kind of integrity is almost extinct. And when you wear it, you inherit that signal. You become the man in the room who chose permanence over hype, substance over spectacle. In a world addicted to noise, silence is the ultimate status symbol. This watch is silence on your wrist. Number 10. Christopher Ward C63 Sealander GMT, British engineering, Swiss movement. GMT function most men pay $8,000 for. Here's the power play. This watch does what a Rolex GMT Master does, for a fraction, with zero compromise on function. The GMT complication tracks 2 time zones simultaneously. It's the tool of international operators, executives who wake up in London and close deals in New York, founders who manage teams across continents. Where it wins: business travel, international deals, anywhere you need to track 2 time zones without looking like you're trying. And here's the detail that elevates it. Christopher Ward's finishing, the ceramic bezel, the micro-adjustable clasp, the light play on the dial. These are features you find in watches that cost 5 to 10 times more. The man who wears this, he's been places. And he doesn't need a crown to prove it. He lets his calendar do the talking. And his wrist confirms it. Elevation section, escalate the stakes. Let's talk about what happens if you ignore these signals. You walk into a room wearing the wrong watch. Not wrong because it's cheap. Wrong because it's loud. You immediately code as insecure. As someone performing wealth instead of possessing presence. As someone who read a top 10 luxury watches article and bought whatever was on top, without understanding why. High-value people can smell that from across the room. They've been trained, by years of operating at the top, to detect authenticity in seconds. Your watch is one of the first things they scan. Not for the brand, for the intent behind it. Now flip the script. You walk in wearing one of these pieces. Clean, intentional, confident. You're not asking for attention. You're commanding it through restraint. You're the man who chose deliberately, who understands that what you don't wear says more than what you do. That's when doors open. That's when conversations shift. That's when you stop being overlooked and start being remembered. The watch isn't the goal. Positioning is. And positioning dictates who takes you seriously, who respects your judgment, and who invites you deeper into rooms you didn't even know existed. That's not fashion advice, that's career strategy. If you want to upgrade your wrist presence immediately, follow this system. Step 1. Eliminate noise. Get rid of anything oversized, over-branded, or overcomplicated. If your watch needs a logo the size of a billboard to justify its existence, it's not a timepiece. It's a crutch. If you're wearing it for validation, it's working against you. Quietly, constantly, strip it back. Step 2. Choose intentional pieces. Pick watches with design integrity, heritage, a story that isn't just marketing dressed up as tradition. Every piece on this list passes that test. These aren't impulse buys. They're calculated decisions. The kind that compound over time. Not in dollar value, but in the way people perceive you. Ask yourself before every purchase, Does this signal who I am? Or who I wish I was? One builds respect, the other erodes it. Step 3. Leave a signature. Rotate 2 or 3 pieces maximum. Let people associate you with a style, not a collection. The most powerful men in any room aren't cycling through 30 watches. They have their watch. The one that shows up in every photo, every meeting, every handshake. Consistency builds recognition. Recognition builds authority. Authority builds legacy. That's the system. Simple, intentional, elite. Presence isn't loud, it's intentional. The watches on your wrist should reflect the standards in your life. Not what you're trying to prove, what you've already decided. Every piece on this list gives you that edge, without the 6-figure price tag. The only question is whether you're ready to stop performing and start positioning. Subscribe for more strategies that separate average from elite.